All right, what's up, y'all? So I want to do a quick review of my experience plastic welding with the Polyvance. What I got here is I think it's a 8202. Oh, there it is. Polyvance 8202. We got the nitro tank and whatever. So it's pretty decent. Myself, I'm not like a master tech or anything like that. I'm just like a helper. We learn how to use a lot of tools at the shop because it's very like versatile, the type of stuff we do here. This bumper is pretty much a total non-reusable bumper for many reasons, like random bits and whatnot are broken off of it. But for this one here, so what it had is that it had an impact like about here, and it had a cut like going like this and like that, and it had this giant cut here. I left this cut as is to kind of show the prep work that I do before I plastic weld. So before plastic welding, what I do is I would get a Dremel and make kind of like a valley in here. As you can see here, there's kind of gaps and holes in here. That's because of the type of impact that happened, right? So there's valleys and holes in here. So I'll get my Dremel tool, which looks like this. Yeah, so I get this Dremel guy here, right? I got the cone head on here. And I'll just go like this on this side and kind of follow the crack. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. The other side is not too important right now. I'll talk about that later. And so after, what I like to do is Dremel first, because when you Dremel first, it allows you to get the kind of grooves in there, and then I sand it afterwards. And I sand it afterwards so it's clean. I can see here's a kind of an unclean area, and this is super clean, nice, ready for plastic welding. We have super nice fucking sanders, so I feel bad for anyone that doesn't have this kind of stuff here, but fuck yeah. Anyways, this is like the benefits of working at a shop. You get a lot of professional equipment and tools and whatnot. So anyways, the way it works is that we Dremel and sand this area. So this is a pretty good prep, other than the fact that there is still some flakes in the area, and you can just get those flakes out. And by flakes, I mean the paint flakes are in the area. You can get the flakes out by just you know, wiping it away and whatnot. Over here on this area is a little bit difficult, and I'm gonna talk about why. So when you're going this way, it's sort of like a step down. Like it's like this area here is not level with this area. So this is a bad repair. We would not resell or reuse this bumper because the repair is kind of bad. But the thing about this bumper though is that you want the sanding area. So the crack is right here. You want the sanding distance to be about 1 inch away, just so you don't have too much to freaking what do you call it, fill with filler and whatnot later. The crack. So because there's a crack, we did the Dremel on both sides. Another thing too to talk about is that there's also gaps too. So in order to help out with the gaps that we have here, there's a lot of skill and practice that you'll learn with using the welder. But one thing that I didn't think about was, or I did think about later, and I'm glad I thought about, is using aluminum tape. So this aluminum tape, what it does is help stop the plastic from like warping too much, melting, and it also preserves the heat in this area so that stuff doesn't like kind of melt away and start like bubbling away, if that makes sense. So for example, when I welded this bumper, what I did is I started from the back side, and I'm gonna flip it over real quick. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad, dog. Oi. What the fuck, why is it stuck? All right, so here's the back side here, and right, as you can see here, I welded the back side in. So you apply pressure, and I welded going upwards into here, and I go down this guy here, okay? So there's holes, there's a huge hole right here, and another hole right here, and what the aluminum tape did is to help it, like, it started seeping in, but because the aluminum tape was level with the bumper, it didn't go through and bubble out on the other side, which is nice. And then after doing that, here's another version of the prep work I did on this side. After doing that, what I then did was just go to the front side, and my bad, dog, welded on the front side. So I laid down the weld like this, going down like this, and just pretty much do that. It's really smooth right now, is because I ironed it out. So that's the cool thing about this welder, is that it comes with a nitrogen welder and an airless welder, or airless iron pretty much. Something I would like to say about buying yourself and getting some tools is that it's very helpful to have different size ironless welding tips. And the reason why is because this is a lot of surface area, right? So I had like my welder is about the size of my thumbnail, but if I had my iron was about the size of my thumbnail here. Let me show you. So this is my iron here, right? So this is the iron that I used to kind of flatten this guy out, and I did this kind of motion going all the way down, and then I did this motion, kind of like a diagonal up motion and a diagonal down motion, just so I can level it going this way and level it going this way as well. After doing that, it looks pretty good right now. It's pretty decent. I left this as is just so we can have, or I left this one as is so I can have my co-worker work on it as well and practice working on it as well. and just kind of get used to it. So usually after this, what we'll do is we'll iron the other side. Normally I don't iron both sides, but like on a customer car, we would iron both sides just so people don't think like, oh, it's not like a good repair. It's a freaking spot on repair. Look at the amount of detail and work we put into it. So what we'll do is we'll sand this down so it's completely smooth with the bumper, and then depending on how smooth we got it, we'll probably put a little bit of filler just so we could fill in all these like little divots and whatnot, cracks. I can iron that out, but ironing would also warp the bumper, so we don't want to iron that much. Other than that, I think this is a pretty good job for as much work as we did. I would probably iron that a little bit more. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you got and like this kind of shit. I don't know. Peace.